After a heavy lunch, I'm here to make you sleep even deeper and more. So I start with my talk, conquering your mental abilities, not disabilities, it's abilities. That enables the trust of the person, that creates a disguise over other paranormal burdens that no noble thought can comprehend. It takes a school of thought to understand one's soul's shortcomings. Not many are burdened with such self-destroying positivity. Imagine a holocaust going wild into your nerves, your muscles cramping and pushing your working strength. That's why you see your dream starts fading away. Things seem darker. And slowly you lose your inner ability of hope. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a survivor of muscular dystrophy. Muscular dystrophy is a progressive weakening and wasting of muscles which happens entirely in the body. I am a 74% disabled person as certified by the doctors, not by me. I was diagnosed during the prime years of my teen. A time when everything started to fade, things seemed darker, I lost my ability of hope, and everything happened. It was extremely difficult to digest the fact of losing my mobility and inefficient arms. It was certainly a very dark phase of my life. But as always, there is a light of hope, the beam of hope that penetrates into the thick, dark insecurities of your restrictions and our limitations. I managed to make a mechanism. Whatever mistakes I made, I could stately bounce back directly. And whatever was happening off the pitch, I could put it on one side and maintain my own form. Dealing with the day-to-day core activities itself is a challenge for me, yet evaluating and implementing from my mind is my skill. Performing activities beyond my limitations and in my own style is my art. Above all the impairments, stabilizing my mind and executing it robustly is my willpower. Visualize the difficulties encountered performing simple basic activities. Overcoming muscular dystrophy is a challenge, but yet today I deal it with absolute contentment. That's how the light is portrayed within and portrayed externally. Call it resilience or strong mind. That is what I mean when I talk about my experiences. Let me take back you to my college days. College days doesn't mean that 10 years later. It was just 2 years back. I passed out from the college. So my dad is a civil engineer. He has forced me to engineering, and I was not interested in it. But yet he forced me into engineering. I chose that. Within a tenure of around 6 months, I found out my interest in marketing and public relations. Due to the events I organized in the college, in the university premises. All you need is that one moment to show the zeal and the paramount of one's ability and one's power. The humans are so receptive that if you can guide them or if you can motivate them at the right crucial moment, you are educating them in the best sense. One fine day there was an event conducted by the entrepreneur cell of the university on the topic how to incorporate your venture, how to start up your venture, with the procedures and everything, etc. I gave a thought to it in the evening, consulted my parents. On Monday morning, I incorporated my venture named Zemlo Management Services, which was to deal with sponsorship for various events in the market. My HOD he criticized, but yet he supported me, encouraged me, and gave me few projects to encourage a startup in the university. The first project was given by him. I worked for almost a year in the university, but yet there was no growth as such, because of what I was not satisfied. I decided to go out and work. I got few small projects to deal with sponsorship. As days passed on, I wanted to have a bigger projects. To bigger projects, I need to register my company under the government of India, have a rented office, etc., bank accounts and etc. I went through all the procedures, did all the documentation, had an office in Vanagaram in Chennai, and there we got a big project. We had a call from a company named Infosec, an information security company in Chennai. They had a big event and they wanted us to deal with sponsorship. And after a few negotiations in the terms and conditions, we agreed for the work. And as it was a big fat event, we had to go more effort. We had to put in more efforts and more struggle. But after all the efforts, we got sponsors from Samsung and Mahindra. And the big event was to break the existing Guinness World Record of Microsoft, and we had to make a new Guinness World Record. And after all the efforts, we made a Guinness World Record in information security with 9,722 participants in Chennai in the year 2013. Let me tell you about the second vertical of my company, that is retail intelligence. We have done retail audits in the market in an organized and unorganized manner. Finally, after a few small projects in retail intelligence, subsequently we got a third-party project from the world's biggest company, Google. They wanted us to market Google Android phones. Why will Google come to us to market their phones? But Google wanted us to market because the phone has to reach the end users who are uneducated, who are not aware of Android, etc., etc. So they wanted us to market the phone across Tamil Nadu in 33 districts. I was not having the team. Within 7 days of time, we formed a team of around 77 freelancers across 33 districts, and we were given the plan, but we changed our plan in our way, executed the plan, launched the mobile in Chennai, West End, with around 77 freelancers, and had a huge experience working with them. They taught us the morale, the values, how to function a company, and the standards were taught to us. Moreover, we got projects from Samsung appliances, Samsung mobile phones, Dell laptops, Amaron batteries, Vipul saris, then the Apollo tires, and so on. There were many projects in retail intelligence. We had even close relationship with the Indian Book of Records and the Asian Book of Records. We have assisted the 15 clients to set their Asian and their national records in their own existing fields. I was awarded with various awards for the accomplishment of variable projects. I have served as a vice chair for many of the Technical United Conference held across. Unfortunately, I had to close down my company due to the loss incurred in establishing the third vertical, the BPO vertical of the company. I had to shut down. But what happened from that time is, I was in my final year, and my HOD and Dean were not satisfied with my studies. Business got a loss. Eventually, my health got worsened. So people insisted me to shut down the company, as everyone has trapped me inside 4 walls. So I had to shut down my company with an immediate effect. I was in my final semester, as I told you. I finished my exams, went back to Kerala for around 4 months for Ayurvedic treatment, but nothing positive resulted. I came back to my pavilion, Mumbai, and I was bedridden for around 2 months because of the anti-reaction which happened in Kerala. It was again a dark phase of my life where everything faded away and everything seemed darker and everything was happening. So the truth behind the human species is that neither the strongest that survives, nor the smart, nor the intelligent. The one most adaptable to change that the species that survives. Conflict is the genesis of creation. We can recognize the human ability to survive and flourish is driven by the struggle of the human spirit through the conflict into transformation. So, the adaptation and the transformation is the greatest human skills. So, we can gift ourselves to reimagine our own capabilities more than the tough times. This eventually made a paradigm shift in my thoughts and in my thinking, which led me to incorporate my second venture despite of all the disabilities and the impairments. My second venture titled the Sri Krishna Transports and Logistics. We deal with earth movers and mechanical equipments. We supply them to the mechanical and the civil companies across the country on a commercial renting. Our company is located near the Steel Authority of India, Mumbai. We have completed around 2 projects and we have ongoing around 3 projects. Now comes the family background. You might see that my family is a big shot, etc., etc. I am a first-gen entrepreneur. I am 24 years old. My dad is a civil engineer, and I come back from a normal, basic, simple, middle-class South Indian family. It was all my effort. My father had a big support on me. He gave me entire support. My parents, my sisters were a pillar throughout. My friends, my mentors, my colleagues were a support, and without them nothing was possible in accomplishing any of these projects. However, myopathy weakens my muscle, but yet the outcome of the tenacity is where I stand today. Dear friends, I urge you all to listen to your own self when your ears may be displayed. Talk to your own self when your voice is being unclear or being trembling to your own self. Don't let your efforts be short-lived by the insecurities of not getting what you wish for. Life is greater than your imaginations. As we are born here to procure and prosecute on behalf of others as well. I wanted to take back only one thing from here, is that if you think you can do it, then just do it. If you think it is necessary, then just make it mandatory to do it. If you think that you stand alone and nobody understands your misery, that's the moment where you need to remember and understand that you possess all the abilities, all the vigor, all the grit to accomplish everything in your life, all the dreams of your life. All you have to do is look inside your collar, find the treasure and work on it, because nobody knows what you possess. Aspiring beyond the bodily limitation is what exactly makes you go beyond the boundaries and achieve what you are meant for. There is no end to anything in this world. It's always the start. So I urge you all to start conquering your passions, start conquering your mental abilities. Thank you and have a nice day.